Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions. And we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from Tampa, Florida, we'd like to extend our congratulations out to Larry the Legend Donald in Cincinnati, Ohio. Just the other day, he had a street named after him called Larry A. Donald Way, which is part of the street is Windsor Street, the 900 block. So we want to extend our congratulations out to Larry, a Hall of Famer, former WBC heavyweight champion, who has a street named after him in Cincinnati, Ohio. What a reward with all of those great champions that come from Cincinnati, Ohio. Ezzy Charles, who has a street named after him in a park. Larry Donald's in line with all of that now. Tony TNT Tubbs, who has a street named after him in Cincinnati. Tim Austin, the Cincinnati kid who received a key to the city of Cincinnati. So, man, those great champions from Cincinnati are being well recognized in the city of Cincinnati, and I hope they keep up the good work because much is given, much is expected. And we want to congratulate Larry Donald for getting that street named after him. We'd like to thank the city of Cincinnati, Ohio, to be recognizing these fine boxers. Larry Donald and Tim Austin and those guys, they've been making the round of the Hall of Fame. Just last year, Tim Austin, he went into two Hall of Fames in the same year. Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame and Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. And same way with Larry Donald. Larry Donald went in the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame and the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. So they're making their Hall of Fame runs. Larry and Tim Austin were also on the 92 Olympic team for the United States. And Tim Austin ended up getting a bronze. And but Larry Donald was also on that team who won uh, gold medals in the World Game and the Pan Am Games, along with Tim Austin. So, hey man, their accolades in boxing is second to none. Tim Austin was in the pound for pound list at one time when he was fighting in champion with 9 title defenses. That's just amazing with itself. And Larry Donald with his win over Vander Holyfield and other people like Tim Witherspoon and all of that. It makes him one of the fine athletes that's out there and still doing great community work also. Coming in right now into the World Boxing Review radio show, we want to introduce you to a rising star in boxing. He is the WBA champion. I believe it's the NABA, something like that, championship. Craig Parker, man, welcome into the World Boxing Review radio show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. How your day going so far?
Oh man, it's terrific now that you showed up. Yeah, what
Yeah, man. A
it's
little bit
it's
late, but I'm sorry. I'm on
no
time.
man. Hey, look, late but never. But you're
Yep.
here now, and we have something to introduce the boxing world to. If you haven't heard of Craig Parker, let me tell you, he hails from South Carolina, and he's undefeated. He is uh, 20 and 0 with
Yes. 20 and 0.
18 knockouts. We
Yes.
had it wrong because you had some fights in between. But Craig, we want to get the boxing world familiar with you, so we're going to go all the way back. What got you interested in boxing?
Um, Growing up, I was bullied and picked on a lot as a kid, and had a friend that had to do some community service at a boxing gym because he got in some trouble, and I went up there with him, and the guy asked me if I wanted to get in the ring. And at first I was like, no, because like I said, I wasn't looking to come up there and get in the ring. I'm just waiting for my friend to finish up what he's doing so we can, do what we usually do. And the guy was keep asking me, and then my friend ended up asking me, and then they both kind of motivate me to get in the ring. And when I got in there with this guy, and I didn't know at that time he was a Golden Glove champion. He was a well-known fighter, amateur fighter. So when I
Mm.
got in there with him to do some sparring, um, I looked good, and the guy said, "Hey man, you boxed before?" I'm like, "No." He said, "Man, you looked good against him," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I guess I was just trying to protect myself, but I used to wrestle and play football, so the athletic and the condition was there. So I guess I was just trying to protect myself, and from there, that's the first time I got out the ring and I looked myself in the mirror, and then I said I could do this. So that's the first time I was introduced to boxing, and from there, the guy told me, "Hey, if you can come every day, I could teach you how to beat him and stuff like that." So from that motivation and someone telling me that I could do something that I never too much hear about, like coming from where I'm from, it's not too many people say, "Oh man, you could do this and this stuff." So when I seen that someone gave me that type of like awareness that I could do something or be something in life, I just worked hard, yeah, to get
Yeah,
that guy back.
it's definitely hard work. Craig, do you have any amateur fights?
Yeah, yeah. I had like 20 amateur fights, and
Mhm.
won the gloves and stuff like that. So I wasn't like I said, when I got into boxing, it was just always about getting that guy back, in the gym. So but I went to some amateur shows, citywide shows, and did great in those as well.
So you're in Rock Hill right now,
Rock
right?
Hill, South Carolina, yes.
Wow, that's good. That's right over the border for people who don't know.
Yeah.
It's right across from Charlotte,
Yes.
North Carolina, Rock Hill. They
Yeah.
call it the suburbs of Charlotte now,
Oh, okay.
because so much is blooming and blossoming in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yes.
And yeah, man, and it's good to see you um, progressing, and how the listening audience, how I got introduced to Craig Parker was a dear friend of mine, Elijah Thomas,
Yeah.
who was he just recently passed, and our condolences go out to Elijah Thomas. But Elijah Thomas was the one who introduced me to Craig, and he said, "Man, this kid is going to be something." And Elijah Thomas, he don't lie. He bring Oliver McCall, who end up being the WBC heavyweight champion, to us with Don King. And for the listening audience, Craig Parker, at one time, he was 18 and 0, 18 first round knockouts, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Talk a little bit about that string of knockouts that's in the first round. But you have all knockouts,
Yeah.
but you had 18 first round knockouts, was just simply amazing. Mike Tyson even couldn't do that. He had a string, but he didn't have it like that.
I just think it's all, by the grace of God, to have the power and the ability to go in there and get rid of someone that fast. I was doing it in the amateurs, knocking a lot of guys out. I just I don't know, man. I just work hard. And I guess when you work hard and you stay focused and you have that drive to go in there and destroy somebody, and that's what I come in there to do. I come in there to, get the fight over with quickly as possible. But if I need to go 12 rounds, 10 rounds, I'll be ready for that as well. But, I'm just blessed to be able to go in there and, get, hit the guy and get rid of him quick. So
Yeah,
that's
well, you set them up and knock them down and knock them out, and it
yeah,
takes hard work.
Yes.
from constantly training. Look where you can create an opening to hit a guy
Yes.
with a clear shot, and that's what you do. It's just simply amazing. Your team. I know I had promoting the show. I had put someone mistakenly with you on there that's no longer part of your team.
Yeah.
But
But
talk
my
about
team.
who's on your team now
uh,
and all of that.
Well, I have a group of people that's on my team, and we all work together, and we have bright vision and everything about the future. So we just all working together and still putting people in place. As in, I've trained with Louis Burke, and
Hmm.
Louis just been a great asset to the team as coming on for my last two fights. Me and him trained together, and I trained with multiple peoples, and we just still adding on to the team to do great things. So yeah, so I'm very blessed and honored to have the team that I have. So um, we just working as a group and to figure out what's going to be next for us. Just God's plan, and we, you know, working hard towards it.
Well, being a champion with the subtitle of the world title, and he is a champion in the cruiserweight division. This is vitally important because everything grows in stages, and you're continuously growing and learning. And I like your spirit, your attitude of openness, looking for the opportunities that you need in order to bloom and blossom. And with that fight over there in Saudi Arabia, that cruiserweight fight, I know you stay ready, but we're going to have a shout out to Turk Al Sheik and those guys over there
Yes,
with the cruiserweight division. If anything happens in that fight, here's our man Chris Parker for a world title fight. He's ready to step in and step up at any time because he always stays in shape and he'll be ready for any and everybody. And that's what Elijah Thomas told me back then when I first met you. And boy, you stay ready and you show us by
yeah,
your performance in the ring and the way your body looks and everything that you are ready. And when the bigger picture and the opportunity came for you to fight for that WBA subtitle, you without hesitation said yes, 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 I can do that, and went in there and won it. And
yeah.
congratulations on that win.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's turn the page back a little bit, Craig. What do you favor? Some guys like a left hook, some guys like a right hand, and some guys say, I can do it all. It don't matter. When I see the opening, I got power in my left, I got power in my right, and I can do it all. How about you?
With me, I could do it all. And I like to go to the body and the left hook. My favorite fighters was always Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson and Joe Frazier, you know. And I just always grew attached to fighters who come to fight. Going around the ring and box, I could do that as well. But I like to come and bring the pressure. That's why my nickname Pressure, because I like to come, fight, and man, get an audience, get a fan something to stand up for, and like to go in there and man, give them all. I like guys that stand in the pocket like Burt Cooper, Holyfield. Holyfield was a good inside fighter. Even though he boxed, he used great angles. So guys like that, I really admire guys like that. And even Tommy Hearns, how he stayed in the inside and picking them body shots off. Um, it was just beautiful. It's beautiful to see, and I admire all boxers. From now all the way back then. So I studied boxing a lot. But Joe Frazier, I love Joe Frazier. You
Well,
know,
well it sets an excitement when a guy's putting pressure on and coming forward, he's making the fight and he's
yeah,
making things happen for him. And the whole saying is that pressure will bust an iron pipe.
hmm,
So, and when you're putting pressure, it breaks a lot of guys down by
yeah,
putting that pressure on. And a lot of guys think they can box until they meet a guy who's smart and putting pressure and can take different angles, cut the ring off, and chop them down. you know, and you're that type of fighter. Like you said, you can box, but you put extreme pressure on guys that bust that pipe,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why you have all of those first round knockouts, because you say, hey, look, if you're going to come in here, you're going to catch hell every round that
Yeah.
you're in here with me. And that's why you stay in tremendous shape, so you can give it all you got every rounds. And boy, you're a crowd pleaser, not a crowd teaser. And I'm happy to say that when you go in there, you perform on the highest level. In due time, uh, you're going to be right there with the best of them. However, let's see the best of them former cruiserweights, because I done trained some cruiserweight champions, and let's
Okay.
see how far you go back in your memory about cruiserweight fighters. Who do you like that was a cruiserweight champion in the past?
Um, Holyfield. Holyfield.
Okay.
I liked it. Quaweed.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
what a great
So
champion.
them guys with them type of styles like Quaweed and stuff like that. Them the guys that and like I said, Holyfield. That's you know. You don't need to say no more when you put them two together when they fought. That was for everything. Because both
Oh
of them
man,
held
did
the
they
title.
fight?
Both.
That
Yeah.
was a barn burner when them two fought.
Yeah.
No question about it. It was a clash in the middle of the ring, and each one of them didn't budge a bit, and they were fighting.
Yeah. So them two guys were definitely like the greatest fight I have seen at the cruiserweight division. And it's a lot of fights happening now that, guys showing a lot of class and stuff like that. And I don't know, but I think James Tony fought one time at the cruiserweight division,
Yes,
didn't
he
he?
did.
And
Yes, he did.
just you could tell just with that speed he had, with the weight on top of that, he did a tremendous job. So cruiserweights is always like exciting fighters because they got speed like middleweight but hit like heavyweight. So you never know what can happen. It's like a super light heavyweight, because they say that about the light heavyweights. So it's like the super light heavyweights. So as being a cruiserweight, I think we bring a lot of speed, bring a lot of power, bring a lot of excitement, and I think cruiserweight is the next weight that everybody's going to be having their eyes on, especially with me in there. So it will be excitement to see.
Yes, for those just tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show, we're here live with Craig Parker, and the middle name and the fight name is the pressure, and we just got done talking about that pressure that he likes to put on people. And for those that know, he's 20-0 with 18 knockouts, and what, 17 of them or 16 of them are first round knockouts? Is that what it is?
18 by the first round knockouts and 20. No one been past second round. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So man, that's just incredible by itself. 18, no, yeah, 18 first round knockouts, and two of the fights that went 2 rounds is 2 round knockouts.
Right. Right.
That's a hell of a record. And let me tell you, man, that Turk Al Sheik and y'all out there, man, let me tell you, man, this young man is biting at the bit for things. And for those brothers, Salam Alaikum, and we'll get right into this. Over in Saudi Arabia, right now, the WBC with the Riyadh season, we want to say Assalamu Alaikum, Raktu Berakatu, to all the people over there for that featherweight and middleweight day. It's day 3 today of the middleweight tournament, and that'll be from April 17th through the 20th. And boy, I was watching those fights online, and boy, there's some bar burner fights. They're just exciting over there. And we'd like to thank Mauricio Suleiman for a yeoman job to put a tournament like that together in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And later on, we'll have a cruiserweight fight with Bayou Jack fighting over there. And that's just, Craig, like Bayou Jack and those champions that are up there in that division. What do you think? Do you think you calling them out, or you want to fight them? To
Yeah,
talk, brother.
most definitely. I would like to fight all them guys. Whoever give me the opportunity to getting a chance to share the ring with them and have an explosive fight that night. I wanted to fight any cruiserweight that's out there, if it makes sense. All the champions, I would love to get in the ring with them and fight with them, and deserve and earn my spot to be there. Um, like I say, they all got fights leading up to Baru fighting Noel and
Yes, Noel, that's
Jav.
correct.
Yeah, all these guys got fights. But if anything fell through or any possibility for me to get there, I definitely would like to take that opportunity and fight.
Oh man, that's huge, big time. Hey, look, one thing I can say about you, Craig, with your talent, yeah, you ain't shy about nothing what you say. You talk bold and you brass, but hey, you're braggadocious, but you can back it up too, and it shows in the ring. So, those things like that. Well, let's since you mentioned Joe Frazier, he's from Beaufort, South Carolina, born and raised before he went to Philadelphia. So, do you look at yourself like Joe Frazier, as you say, you like his style and everything? You
Yes,
know,
yes, I idolize him a lot, and that's what I want to bring back to boxing because boxing is missing Joe Frazier, missing that style, missing that pressure, missing that that beautiful left hook. You know what I'm saying? And that the rolling and the feinting and all that. That stuff was beautiful. You're not even throwing punches, but you're keeping that pressure on him, moving the head. He don't know what's coming at him, and then when he get caught with something, he don't even know how to react to it. So I just believe bringing that type of pressure back to boxing with that Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson style mixed together, voila, you're gonna get me. You're gonna be
boy,
a big
and it sounds like you don't mind taking a shot. That kind of style, you got to be able to take a little smoke too.
yeah. Like they said, you gotta take one and give three. So that's what I'll be. So if I have to
Yeah.
take one to give three, man, I will give you a three that didn't you will never forget. So it's the beauty of boxing, and and like I said, with that type of style, you're moving so much, you feign so much that a lot of guys they think they'll be hitting you, it's kind of missing you, it's kind of grazing you, you know, and
Uh-huh.
you kind of keeping that pressure on them. I can't say too much because then everybody be trying to figure me out, So it's just gonna be a smoking and great night.
Yeah, and what do you say? I'm gonna be smoking, but ain't gonna be joking. That's what Joe
Oh
used
man.
to say.
Mm.
Yeah, Craig, let's talk about the person that introduced me, because he meant a lot to you, a hell of a guy. Elijah Thomas. Talk, what did Elijah Thomas mean to you, man?
Oh man. When I say a gift from heaven, that's what he was. A guy that not just teach you about boxing, but teach you about life lessons. Like he always just say, he you can go to college and learn everything, but what he have, the knowledge he have is life knowledge. From years of being, into the boxing world and everything he had to do to become who he was. A very honest guy, like you said, very stand up man, always kept himself as he wanted to be spoken to, and that's with respect. You know what I'm saying? And he always, man, he was just everything to me, man. And one thing Elijah not gonna do, man, it don't matter what fighter out there, Elijah gonna say his fighter gonna win.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He gonna
yeah,
make sure that his fighter gonna win because he was very, you know, he always lived like the guys in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and no bringing the phones to the camp, no,
yeah. Stay
he
focused.
making sure you run every day. It wasn't no day that he didn't take, but he just showed you what hard work do, and if you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything in the world. And with him, man, he was just like a father, everything to me. So that meant a lot. He was just like
Yes,
a father.
it means a lot when you have somebody, and
Yeah,
man, praying for him. I know he's up in heaven, all the great
yeah,
work that he did with so many guys.
yes.
But hey, look, man, I'm gonna talk about the great win last week with Boots Ennis. Boy, did Boots Ennis perform, and that saw that crowd. on Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, man. In the sixth round, he got the job done. But man, Mr. Excitement last week, and boy, did he bring on a magnificent victory. Eddie Hearns, man, Eddie Hearns has done a magnificent job with Boots Anderson, getting him the right fights. That was a unification fight, so he got three of the 4 or 5 belts that are out there now. So, Boots Ennis, we want to say from Philadelphia, man, for that WBA and also IBF championship in the ring title that you won, man. Congratulations and a great performance. And it's to my understanding that win right there has got you to be entered into pound for pound list. And that pound for pound list is a hard list to get into, but you made it, and congratulations, man.
Yeah.
So we're here with Craig Parker, who is the WBA NABA heavyweight champion. Congratulations, Craig, man. Do you have dreams like Boots Ennis just did? Do you have any of those type of dreams
Man, I
in
have
your
dreams.
repertoire?
I have dreams like all them fighters do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who won. Yes, I want to be undisputed world champion. I want to be a champion in all weight classes. And whatever it takes to do that, I'm willing to do it. Yeah, Boots put on a beautiful show. Took out a very very tough opponent. And we talked the day before that, and you said, man, Boots different, and he showed it. He showed it to the world. He showed it to everybody. He willing to take on anybody. And Boots been saying that for years. I know he had a lot of probably fights with these guys back in the amateurs and stuff like that. And man, he's the real deal. And I want to say congratulations to Boots, and congratulations to the other people that have victories over the last week or so. And man, boxing is really, really coming back to do some big things, and I want to be a part of that. And whatever it takes to be a part of that, I'm willing to do it.
Well, the cruiserweight division with Usyk being the former undisputed cruiserweight champion, and then moving up, and now's the reigning undisputed heavyweight champion. Do you think at some point in some time that you will go up in the heavyweight, Craig?
Well, I think like I said, if I can become undisputed cruiserweight and I get that opportunity to go to heavyweight and fight some of them guys, eventually, yes. If the opportunity is right and it's the right time, yes, I would do it.
Yeah, well, you got the punching power. Hey, look, for those who tuning in, we're here with Craig Parker. The pressure. That's what they call him, the pressure. And boy, does he put pressure. He got dynamite in both hands, his left and his right, and he puts people out for the night. He has 18 first round knockouts, and the other 2 victories that he has of the 20-0 record are in the second round. So all his fights are by knockout. 20-0, 20 knockouts, 18 in the first round, 2 in the second round. Man, oh, Craig, man, it just gets me excited just talking about it, because it is indeed something special to do that. It's something hard to do, but it shows that you're putting the hard work in, man. So
Yeah.
when can we expect you to be climbing in the ring next?
Hopefully in July or late June. And if some
Mhm.
coming up before that, I will definitely keep everybody in tune with that. But hopefully July and late June, I would definitely like to be back in the ring and sit down with the team and get things situated to look for something around that time.
Okay. Hey, look, as he stays ready, we're going to look in the news. We have Anthony Joshua, man. I seen some films of Anthony Joshua in Africa. He went to his motherland, as they call it, in Nigeria.
Mm,
And he's been running in the streets of Nigeria, riding his bike, pedaling his bike, well, with the natives in Nigeria. It looks like he went back home to Nigeria to find his roots, to get mentally stronger and focused, man. And he looks at by doing that, man. It gives you fire and desire. Anything's that time you do something like that. I know when Muhammad Ali, what he said when he went and joined his kin folks in Africa, it gave him a new spirit. It gave him more purpose. It gave him more reason. And it looks like Anthony Joshua is on his way to doing that. When we talk about that, how much does it mean being it to you in South Carolina, where
Um,
you're at now?
South Carolina is a beautiful state.
Mhm.
Everybody here, there's like football city. They call this football city because a lot of they produce NFL players. But
Yes.
it's a beautiful state. People really get behind you and support you. It's all about what you show people, how much you care about, being something in life and stuff like that. And people get behind you and support you, man. I won't choose anywhere in the world to ever live but right here in South Carolina. It's beautiful here, beautiful people here. Everybody, it's a lot of athletic people here. So athletic to understand other athletes, not just quite well because everybody don't do the same job, but we all know it's got to work hard to get what you're looking for. So it's what you put in is what you're going to get out. So we all understand that and we respect that, and we're willing to put in a lot to receive a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you can't beat the weather there in Rock Hill, South
No, you
Carolina.
can't.
You get those what they call the Carolina blue skies is
Yeah,
what 89% of the
man.
time in
So
North Carolina and South Carolina, them Carolina blue skies, you can't beat it.
yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
got some pretty warm weather now today, and it's feel great. So we out here enjoying it.
Yeah, with Myrtle Beach and stuff like that, not far from there, do you ever get the chance and the time to go run in the sand in the beach or anything like that?
No, I barely even get the time to go to Myrtle Beach because mostly, like I said, my training camps mostly be like in Vegas and New Mexico, Florida. So it be in so many different places. I never really get the time to go down there. And hopefully, if I get some time, I'll go down there and enjoy it. But I really never get the time.
Well, South Carolina is a great golf state. Do you golf, Craig?
No, don't go. I'm just falling in love with pickleball right now. So
Yeah, oh,
um,
pickleball. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
to
yeah.
keep, pickleball is a very like good sport I like to play, and basketball, and like I say, mainly when you boxing, it's that's all you can focus on because you never know when that phone gonna ring, and you don't have too long to get ready for it. It's just like when that phone pick up, you just have to be ready to transition to that fight or that
Mhm.
whatever that situation is.
Now, are you married? You have a wife? You have children?
No, I don't have any of them things at this moment. Just right now, just focus on boxing and becoming a world champ.
Becoming a world champ. Well, you're on your way with the belt that you got out. That's a dynamite belt that you have at the WBA, man. The
Yeah.
oldest the oldest boxing organization in boxing, the WBA, 103 years old. Gilberto Mendoza, Jr. president, boy, and a fine organization. I've been training a year for them a few times, and I know what that belt means when you have it. And them subtitle belts that lead into the world title belts, that subtitle belts are just important because it helps you develop and understand the championship level.
hmm
And that's what you're doing with that belt.
And I
So
really appreciate their belt. I really appreciate them giving me the opportunity to fight for their belt, and it means a lot to me. And I well respect it. And it means a lot. So
yeah, I know, man. Guys, belts are everything because that's what you train to get the prize,
hmm
and that's definitely the prize. Craig, is there any Pacific or something that you want to talk about without me asking a question? You know.
um, not really. It's nothing really specific that I really want to ask, but I will like the opportunity to like get out here and do more, coming to more boxing events and stuff like that, and your show, I'm so blessed to be on it because I know your show and I know a lot of people watching it and people recognize who I am, so that'll be great for people to understand who I am and where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to do. Um, but boxing mean everything to me, and just giving back to the youth and letting people know that it don't matter what you go through, where you've been in life, you can make it if you just put 110% in every day you wake up, and keep God first. And that's mostly all I have to say. You keep God first, and many doors will open.
Oh, and no question about it. With God, all things are possible,
Hmm.
and with Him, the difficult takes a day, the impossible a week, and things will turn around even through the toughest of times. You just got to believe and bide your time.
Yep.
You're right about that. But the Golden Boy is having a fight tonight, a women's championship fight, which is dynamite out there in Oceanside, California, with Sweet Poison, Gabrielle Fundora against Bandillo. In the flyweight championship with Fundora, 15-0, she is. And Badilla is 19-0 with one draw, man. And it looks like Fedora, who's tall, who has the WBC. This is a unification bout, and it looks like down on paper is that Fedora being 5'9" with that 69-inch reach against the 65 reach that Bandillo has, who's from Mexico. And I believe this is going to be a barn burner for women's boxing. Fedora, she's held that belt for a long time, and this is going to be no different as she climbs in the ring tonight for that. We lost Craig. We hope we can get him back. But what a dynamite interview Craig just did. Thank you, Craig. You got to log back in if you're listening to the show. And also, this week was announced that Jake Paul is going to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. In an up and coming bout this year. And man, boy, is that fight going to be interesting. I think it's going to be at a 200 and some pound match. And we want to see if Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Gets in dynamite shape, or is he going to come in with a big old beer belly, or is it going to be a belly bump? But anyway, it's an interesting bout that was just signed and announced. So we're looking forward to that. And we'll go what's coming up here, April 22nd, the National Boxing Hall of Fame in Montebello, California, April 25th, with Larry Holmes leading a class of 2025. Tickets are still selling. They don't have many tickets, but they do have some left over. Bill and Linda Dempsey, who's the president, man, you're talking about a great time, a great dinner. Go there. It's right on the golf course in Montebello, California. And boy, you'll have a great dynamite time. And the list is long, fine, but distinguished are all the great champions that are being inducted. And the Weaver brother, the triplets, are also going in with Salvador Sanchez and Lopez, to name a few lighter weight champions that are going in there. But also the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame with Craig Hawk president, May 2nd and May 3rd of 2025 in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Hilton Garden in Indiana. Their class of 2025 with James Tony, James Tony, and Nate Jones, and all of them guys who are leading that class. I'm happy to say that them tickets are going well, and I'm glad. Oh, yeah, we got Craig back in here. He got
Yeah, what
clicked out
happened
there
was
for.
my phone got hot, and when it got hot, it shut off.
Oh,
From the
okay.
heat. So
Well, that's that pressure again we talked about. You putting pressure on the phone, boy. All of that good stuff you're talking. But we're happy to have you back into the show,
thank you.
Craig. But we're talking about the Hall of Fames. Craig Hawk, May 2nd, May 3rd, at the Hilton Garden Inn in Indianapolis, with Ray Mercer, James Toney, the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza Jr., he's going in, and the president of the IBF, Darrell People, he's going in with Nate Jones, a former 96 bronze medal Olympic winner and a former heavyweight champion of, and Freddie Ladd, he's going in there. What a class that is. So yeah, man, you got to stay tuned. But let's get back to Craig before we get ready to close here. So Craig, we're going to say that again, those fights, man, and the reason why I keep saying how many fights you got, how many knockouts you got, I want people to know, because that's not an easy task. He's
No, I put
20,
a lot of
Craig
hard
Parker.
work in.
Yeah, Craig Parker, who's has 20 fights, 18 first round knockouts, and the two other fights are second round knockout, for 20-0 with 20 knockouts. Man, this is Craig, the pressure Parker that we have on the World Boxing Review, man. Come on with it, Craig. Talk some stuff, man. Call out them dudes in the cruiserweight division.
Well, you know, I'm ready for anyone who give me the opportunity to fight. You know, all them guys that cruiserweight, like I said, I'm here. I'm ready. Me and my team stay ready. You know, whenever the contract come over, we look at it and we'll be ready to, put on a great show. Um, Turkey Al Sheik, Eddie Hearns, I know Frank Warren, Golden Boy, man, they doing an amazing job. PBC, all them guys doing an amazing job with the fighters that they have, and it just bringing boxing, giving boxing so much. Even Don King, it giving boxing so much love. I mean, so much eyes and views on what's going on in the boxing world, and I just think it's my time. And if anybody can give me the opportunity, I'm willing to take it.
Man, you're going to get that opportunity. I can say that. I know you were down there in Nashville, Tennessee, where boxing and and country music come together. And boy, you put on a performance down there in Nashville, man. They said that you had the people on their chairs screaming and holler, yelling, shouting, pouting. With that country music and boots knocking and all that, man. Talk
Yeah.
about that country boxing
Um,
down there in
um,
Nashville.
it was an amazing experience. Being on country boxing, it was just amazing experience. Just like I said, Jimmy Adams and his whole team were just great people, and I want to thank you for introducing me to. I want to thank
Yeah.
you for introducing me to him, because man, like I say, they put on an amazing show down there, and man, I'm blessed to be a part of the show and went down there and showed my talent and skills, and people was really impressed about what I do, and I just go out there and show who I am and what I do and the reason I'm here. So I was just so thankful that they had me down there, and hopefully I can be down there again. Or I'm still waiting for them big fights. So hopefully I can get a call for one of those as well.
Well, hey, look, a telephone call is just away, and a telephone call is waiting, and you're going to get that call. You just do what you've been doing, staying in shape, brother. And remember, don't forget where you came from when you're in that winner's circle after you win that world belt, because you're going to do it in grand style and grand fashion. And once you get there, how you stay up there, my advice to you is climbing that ladder to stay on top of the mountain, man. You got to stay in shape, and you stay in shape all the time. You create the opportunities for your namesake, and also for monetary value, where you become a very rich young man. and don't leave the wrinkles get out of your belly once you start earning money. Because, once guys start earning money, they find it rough to get up out of the bed in the morning to hit the payment, and then they become tough to deal with. They don't want to listen to nobody because they got their pockets full with money. But I don't think that you're that way, because
No.
your mentor wasn't that way. He explained all of that to you, and he talked to you about life experience and those times when you come champion. That's how Elijah Thomas was, man. Hey, look, Craig, man, what an enjoyable morning, man. You're a great
Yeah,
young
man.
man, a great champion, and I'm glad that you came on the World Boxing Review. And do you have a website?
What?
How can people get in touch with you? How can they follow you and stuff like that?
Instagram, Facebook, everything. My web page, everything is the same. It's Craig Parker Boxing at Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Everything is Craig Parker Boxing, and I will love to see people tune in and see my experience from where I'm at now into where I'm gonna be in a blink of an eye, and that's to be the world champion.
Absolutely. And we're going to close with that, man. Thank you so much, Craig, you and your team. Thank Monica. Tell Monica, I tell her, thank you so much, to make sure that
Huh?
you're,
Huh? You said thank who? Hold on, hold on,
yeah,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
yeah, thank you
You said,
for
no,
being on the show.
no, hold on. My
Yeah, something happened with his phone. Teamwork makes the dream work, and Craig Parker has a heck of a team. He got cut out so much. We look forward to seeing him in the future on the big stage in boxing, and I can't wait to see that, and him putting down what he does best, is knock people out. So thank you so much this morning for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snow. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champion. I travel the world for past, present, and future stars.